Okay, today we're going to do lesson 2. We're going to recognize a digit that represents 10 times the value of what it represents in the place to its right. Okay, so for number 1, as you did during the lesson, label and represent the product or quotient by drawing discs on the place value chart. Okay, so let's walk you through what we're going to do here with this. So first we have 10 times 2000s. So what we're going to do first is we're going to label our place value chart. And we start off with the ones place. We can label that out. Okay, so first we have 10 times 2000. So we're going to go to the thousands place. We're going to draw 2 circles. Okay, so next what we need to do is to multiply those 2000s times 10. Okay, so now we can make our groups. Okay, and you can see we have 20 thousands. Okay, and when we go to rename it, we can bundle those 2 groups of 10 into 2 10,000s. So now our final answer here is 2 10,000s. Okay, moving on to our next one, we're going to go ahead and label your place value chart. Okay, so now we're going with 3 10,000s. So we're going to start here in the 10,000s place and draw 3 number discs. Multiply each of those by 10. Okay, so now in our 10,000s place, now we have 30 10,000s, because 10 times 3 is 30. Okay, now we can go ahead and bundle up our groups of 10. Okay, just like what we did in class. Bring those over to the next spot over. Now we can see that we have 300,000s. Okay, all right. Now our third one's going to be slightly different because we're going to actually go ahead and divide. So what we need to do here for our division, we're going to start off with our place value. Okay, so we're starting off with 4 thousands. So we're going to go to our thousands place, draw 4 circles. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to take this and divide by 10. So we're kind of going in reverse here with our division. So we're going to take each of these number discs. Okay. Okay, because 1,000 equals 10 hundreds. So each of our thousands number discs gets created into 10 hundreds. Okay, so now we have our 4,000s has become 40 hundreds. Now we can go ahead and divide by 10. So what we're going to be doing is creating 10 groups. Okay. So we're actually going to be circling horizontally this time because we're creating 10 groups of 4. Okay, so we're going to be circling it slightly different. Okay, so now we can see that the number of groups, or the number of circles in each group, is 4. Okay, so that means 4 hundreds. Okay, because the question is asking us how many hundreds are in each of our 10 groups. So 4,000 divided by 10 equals 4 hundreds. We had to convert the thousands into hundreds, then create 10 groups. All right, so now let's take a look at some tables without the place value chart. So we're going to solve for each expression by writing the solution in unit form and standard form. So the first one is 10 times 6 tens. What's easier for me to do is to look at the numbers first and think, well, 10 times 6 is 60, so it's now 60 tens. Okay, now standard form, think about 60, and a 10 has 1 0 after it. So after I write 60, I'm going to write one more 0. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing here. We have 7 hundreds times 10. Okay, well now I have 70 hundreds. Okay, so when I go to write it in standard form, I can write 70. And then I think about the number 100. 100 has 2 zeros in it, so I'm going to put 2 more zeros after my 700, or after my 70. So now 70 hundreds equals 7,000. Okay, now next one's slightly different. Okay, so we have 3,000 divided by 10. So what we're doing here is not the numbers, but we're actually going to look at the words first. Now, when we divide, we're going to the right on our place value chart. So the place just to the right of the thousands place is the hundreds place. So now our 3,000s would become 3 hundreds. So it's slightly different with division. Okay, now same thing here. We're going to keep the 6, but we're going to take a look at our place. Okay, so this one is 10,000s. So on our place value chart, the place directly to the right of the 10,000s place is just the thousands place. So our 6 10,000s becomes 6 thousands. Okay, last one we go back to multiplication, we have 10 times 4,000. So again, start with the number first. 10 times 4 is 40, and then we can keep thousands. So now we have 40 thousands. So standard form, I can write 40, and the number 1,000 has 3 zeros in it, so I'm going to put 3 more zeros after the 40, so we can get 40,000. Okay, now same thing with step 3. Okay, except step 3, now we have 2 places that we have to worry about, but we're going to follow the same steps. Okay, so we're going to do 4 tens, 3 ones times 10. So let's do one at a time. So we think 4 tens times 10. Okay, well that gives me 40 tens. 3 ones times 10 gets 30 ones. Okay, so now when we go to write in standard form, I know that 40 tens is 400, and 30 ones is just 30. So our final answer here is 430. Okay. Now, for the next one, what we could do is think about, instead of multiplying the numbers first, just take your number and move it to the left one place on your place value chart. So our 200s times 10 becomes 2 thousands. And our 3 tens then becomes 3 hundreds. So a little bit quicker way to do it, okay, by just imagining going to the left on our place value chart when we multiply. So now we have 2,300. Okay, same thing with our next one, 7,000s times 10. Okay, so going to the left on our place value chart, our 7,000s becomes 7 10,000s. 800s, okay, moving to the left on our place value chart, then becomes 8 thousands. So now when we go to write in standard form, we have 7 10,000s, 8 thousands, so we get 78,000. Okay, now we flip over to division, so now we're moving to the right on our place value chart. Okay, so now we have 6 thousands. Okay, so the place directly to the right of our thousands place is our hundreds place. So 7 thousands becomes 7 hundreds. Okay, and our 4 tens then moves one place to the right and becomes 4 ones. Okay, so now we have 604. Same thing with our last one, 4 10,000s, move one place to the right. So now we have 4 thousands. Okay, and our 3 10s, move one spot to the right, becomes 3 ones. Okay, so we get 4,003. Okay, so when we multiply, we're moving to the left on our place value chart, and when we divide, we're going to move to the right on our place value chart. Okay. All right, so our next one here, we're going to explain how we solved 10 times 4 thousands, which is the last one up here on number 2, using a place value chart to support your explanation. So all we're going to do now is model what we did up there. So we're going to create place value chart. Okay, so we started off with 4 thousands, okay, and then we multiplied by 10. And now we have 40 thousands. So our 10 times 4,000 has now become 40 thousands. Okay, so now we do our bundling of 10. Okay, move those over one spot to the left because we're multiplying. Multiplication goes to the left on our place value chart. Okay, now we see that we have 4 10,000s. Okay, so 10 times 4,000s equals 4 10,000s. Okay, and so that's what you end up looking with for number 4. Okay, moving on to our last page here. We're going to explain how we solved 4 10,000s times 3 10s divided by 10. So again, we're going to make our place value chart here real quick. Okay, so this one we just need a place value chart and an explanation. So we're starting off with 4 10,000s and 3 10s. Okay, looking like that. So remember that when we divide by 10, we're moving one spot to the right. Okay, so when dividing by 10, each place value shifts to the right one column. Okay. So next, Jacob saved $2,000 bills. Okay, we have $400 bills and 6 $10 bills to buy a car. The car costs 10 times as much as he has saved, so we need to figure out how much does the car cost. Okay, so again, we're going to set up our place value chart. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit different because we're actually going to just use numbers instead of circles. Okay, make it a little bit quicker. Okay, so we have $2,000 bills, we have $400 bills, and we have 6 $10 bills. Okay, which means we have 0 ones. Now, multiplying by 10, remember that we shift one spot to the left. Okay, so our $2,460 times 10 is $24,600. So our answer statement, the car costs $24,600.